If you thought you had all of us women figured out, then you are wrong. And what I'm going to reveal in this video is going to go against everything that you think you already know about us. I'm Renee Slansky for the Attractive Man team, and in this video, I'm going to be busting 5 myths about women that you thought were true. And trust me guys, you're going to be very happy with the answers. I'm a professional dating and relationship coach, and it's my mission to help men like you become the most desirable and dateable and confident man you can possibly be. And I'm giving away all this juicy information for free. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and, of course, give us a big thumbs up. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I have been secretly stalking you guys in the comments for the last couple of weeks, and that's because I want to get inside your head. I want to know what it is that you want to know about women, what it is that you think about us women. So if you ever really want to tell the world or just us, then make sure you put your comments in the links every single time we have a video. Now, I noticed there was kind of a pattern going on in these comments, and there are about 5 major things that kept popping up. So what I want to do is I want to address those 5 major things in this video right now and kind of do my own version of Mythbusters. It's time to set the record straight and make sure that you watch till the end of this video, because I promise you number 1 is going to be the biggest revelation of all and you won't want to miss out. Number 5, we only want men with money. Heck, this has to be probably the number 1 sort of complaint or battle that I see in majority of males that I talk to, and definitely over social media, that women are all gold diggers, that they just want to steal your money, that they only want to have, your purse. Guys, let's be realistic about it right here, right now. I completely agree that there are a lot of women out there who have become lazy, who have become self-entitled, and they are only after men who actually do have money. It is pretty obvious most of the time who those women are. It's completely frustrating as a coach, but also as a woman myself, knowing that there are an amazing amount of women out there who actually don't want to just marry you for your money or just be attached to you because you do have money. Here's the thing, guys. There are 2 types of gold diggers out there. The first gold digger is a woman who really does only want your money, okay? She's usually lazy, she's usually self-centered, high maintenance, and it becomes pretty clear because she's really materialistic about things, or she's always putting pressure on you to provide or give her things. And most of the time, her love language is probably gifts. Where on the other hand, the other type of gold digger is a woman who digs for gold within inside you and within your relationship and within herself. This is the woman who wants to contribute. This is the woman who wants to push you to be a better man and to build a better future, not because she's trying to take from you, but because she's wanting to actually help you build a legacy. Here's the thing, the right woman appreciates what it is that you are already contributing, and she's not asking you to do something beyond what you are capable of. And what she's also doing is she's contributing back into the relationship in her way as well. Just because we have this desire to be financially provided for or to have the safety and security of a relationship with a man because he's able to take responsibility and, really step into that role as a man, it doesn't mean that we're trying to suck you dry. What it actually means is that we've had this sense of security and safety that we can trust you with leading us into the future that we both want, and also that we know that you're someone who does take responsibility for life as well. Now, if you're finding that you're only ever constantly attracting or dating women who really only do want you for your money, then you're not obviously able to identify the signs between a woman who is actually of high value and a woman who just wants to take away value from you. Number 4, we only want to date tall, good-looking men. All right, I'll be the first to confess that is totally my type, tall, dark, and handsome. A majority of the women will say the same. But there always comes to a point where you realize, both for men and female, that it has to be more than just the appearance. Let's first clarify what women see as tall and short. Most women will actually say that they won't date a man, or they prefer not to date a man under 6 foot tall, which is completely ridiculous, especially since the average height of men around the world is actually 5 foot 9 inches. But let's just put things into perspective. You guys out there all have a type as well, whether it is blondes or brunettes or big boobs or a nice bum and a small waist. We all have a different type of person in our mind of who we believe that we're attracted to and what sort of things that we want ideally in that person. But in a world full of billions of singles, it is pretty obvious that we need to have more than just these physical qualities in order to be able to work out whether or not we can actually have a relationship with this person. Most of the time, women will get a point where they might be attracted to a taller man first, But at the end of the first date, what she's really wanting to know is, does he actually make her feel right? Does he actually make her feel valued and prioritized? The height is almost just an added bonus. And the truth is, if any man out there thinks that his height or his appearance is the only way to win over a woman, then you're actually disadvantaging yourself. In fact, women are actually more attracted to these qualities than height, like your ability to lead, confidence, manners, being a gentleman, making her prioritize, making her feel romanced. All those things actually mean so much more than whether or not you've got a couple of inches or not. Number 3, we don't like men approaching us. Okay, hold the phone. We actually love it when you guys approach us with confidence and charm, but not when you approach us making us feel unsafe or you're coming across sleazy and aggressive. Can you see the difference there? Now, if you haven't watched my other video about 10 tips of approaching women, then you need to put that on your homework to-do list this week. Now, women may come across really guarded when you're trying to approach her, but you've got to remember that she doesn't even really know you, so her reaction is normal. We are the weaker sort of sex, so of course we're going to be fearful at times when we have, a strong, confident man approach us and we don't really know anything about him. That's why it is all in the way that you approach her and the way that you're able to impress her with making her feel safe in your presence instantly. The other day, I was actually out walking my dog and I saw a guy actually approach 2 women. He stopped the women straight away in their tracks and actually said to the blonde one, "Can I just say something to you? I think you actually look really beautiful and you have a great smile." And now, of course, this woman was completely stopped in her tracks and are taken aback. But her response was actually something really positive because this man actually wasn't afraid to address her with her friend and say a nice compliment that wasn't overly sexual or sleazy. Then he proceeded to actually shake her hand and ask for her name and then ask her out for a coffee. And this woman actually said yes. Guys, we actually miss being approached. The difference is we want to make sure that you're approaching us in the right sort of way. When you approach us, it actually makes us feel like we're singled out, that we're really kind of sexy, and that we're actually a desirable person. Truth is, the majority of women that I actually coach and deal with, and I'm talking about thousands of women on a daily basis, they're actually craving for men to do the old school approach and actually come up to them and ask them out. Number 2, we're high maintenance and you have to do all the effort. All right, let's set this straight right now. We do live in a time and age where there's a lot of self-entitlement going on, especially because a lot of power has actually been given to women. We have women's rights, we have equal pay, and basically the focus is on what women should have and what it is that women need, rather than actually understanding that a relationship is a two-way street here. Unfortunately, this attitude is actually transcending into our dating life, and it is what is driving men and women apart and creating enemies instead of actually harmony. Here's the thing, guys, the right women don't expect you to do all the effort because they understand that they also have a responsibility in the relationship as well. But at the same time, they want you to put some effort in because what it does is it actually communicates to them that you are valuing them, that you are prioritizing them, and that you are romancing them. Dating isn't a competition of who does more or who does less. It's about making sure that you're both investing into each other regarding of how much you feel or where you see that potential. And if you are dating a woman who is coming across maybe as high maintenance and you don't feel that you can ever do enough, then maybe ask yourself, is she actually a high maintenance woman, or am I just being lazy with the amount of effort that I'm actually putting in? Everyone wants to point the finger at everyone else, and the truth is, if a woman seems guarded, it's because she doesn't want to be taken advantage of either. Let's face it, men, women, none of us want to be used when it comes to love. And number 1, the big one, we don't like or care about sex. I have no idea where this myth came from, but I have a feeling it's either from the 1950s or some overworked, unappreciated mother who just wants a little bit of sleep. Let's set some facts right now. Yes, men do have a higher sex drive than women, and they actually think about sex 60% more than what women do. But there was actually an article in Time magazine that actually surveyed men and women, and they found that women actually had a higher sex drive than men in their 30s and 40s. Women aged between 27 and 45 actually reported as having not only a higher amount of sex fantasies and more intense sexual fantasies, but also more sex period than women aged between 18 and 26. Women want to have sex. They crave to have sex, but more than anything, they also want to have an emotional connection. So then the key isn't just about focusing on the physical, but also making sure that you're tapping into the emotional and mental side to keep her satisfied there as well. Guys, you can just sit there and keep venting your frustration through the comments. I see you and I hear you. Or what you can do is you can actually start to learn and try and understand about women and then use that to your advantage. We aren't that complicated. We're just misunderstood, and a great woman is an asset. But if you're someone who is struggling to even strike up a conversation with women, or you're just not feeling comfortable around them, then make sure you download our free confidence cheat sheet. This has 18 proven ways on how you can boost your confidence when it comes to approaching women, feeling better about yourself, going out on dates, and it actually has scientific methods within it which are proven to get you results. So tell me, what are some of the myths that you think might be true or that need to be busted when it comes to women? That's right, I want to hear from you guys again in the comment section, and I'm sure a lot of you will still say, no, Renee, they still prefer money, they still prefer height. You can believe whatever it is that you want to believe, or you can actually start educating yourself and focusing on women who are actually able to bring you more than what you just have experienced in the past. Now, don't forget your homework of checking out my other video of the 10 tips for approaching women and downloading your confidence cheat sheet. Hit the subscribe, give us a big thumbs up, and until next time, bye for now.